Welcome to this video. Here I would like to address one particular case, which is the tools needed in order to participate to this bootcamp. So many people actually send me messages asking what exactly do they need, and some actually also wrote in the WhatsApp group. So it is very important we address this matter now so that it is clear for everybody. So for this course, all we are going to do is to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And in order to be able to program in any of these things, the only thing that is required, that is very important for this, is your text editor. And the text editor is any application on your computer or your phone that allows you to type text. So on Windows computers, by default, they come with an application called Notepad, as you can see here. So Notepad is a plain text editor which allows you to enter text in a plain. So for people who are complete beginners who have never touched code before, I would advise them to use this text editor because it will get you used to typing the code. It will get you to memorize the code before you move on to a most advanced text editor. So if you are already also used to coding, or you already have if you already have some basics in coding, then I would advise you use a text editor such as VS Code or Sublime Text. And the VS Code looks like this. So in my case, I use VS Codium, but they are all the same. So it looks like this, and your code might look a bit nicer. And the reason why I suggested that you use Notepad if you are a beginner is because these text editors usually suggest code. So they don't allow you to memorize code. They make you feel like you know. They make you feel like you are doing good. But there are some things you are missing. So it is important that you start with a bare text editor like this, or there's a similar one called Notepad++, which is not too advanced, but is better than this one. So any of this, if you are a complete beginner, it is very important you start with that. And if you are also using Sublime Text, it is great. So you can use Sublime Text. And I repeat, these advanced text editors are advisable for people who already have an understanding, or who already have some basics in code, who don't need to memorize too much. If you are complete new, it's good to use Notepad at least for the first week. At least for the first week, I advise you use Notepad so that you get acquainted with the languages, right? So the next thing you will need, which is also important, is a browser. So the browser can be anything. Nowadays on computers and phones, we have various browsers, and mainly we have a browser called Google Chrome, which is this one, in my case, Google Chrome. And then you also have Mozilla Firefox, which is this one as well here. And then some other people have Edge, Microsoft Edge. So if you are using Windows, definitely you might know this one. So you can use Microsoft Edge. And then you also have Opera. You have Opera. And all these browsers I'm mentioning can also be found on the phones. So on the phone, we'll go back on the text editor case. For people who are going to use their phones, you are going to make use of an online editor called CodePen. So that editor is called CodePen. So basically what this CodePen does is like it gives you a text editor but on the browser. So you don't have to install a particular text editor. Probably we'll have a video on it to explain to those who are going to use it. But let me quickly say something. So once you are on the website, you can create an account or not, but you target this pen thing. So you click on pen. So you see that it will give you 3 panels by default. The first one allows you to enter your HTML code here, like this. And the second one allows you to enter your CSS code here, like this. And this one comes in for your JavaScript. That's right. So basically, and this is going like the same website, and mostly on websites we need HTML files, we need CSS files, and we need JavaScript files. So it might happen that you are working on only HTML, no need for CSS and JavaScript, so you can just ignore these panels, and you can even fold them to have enough space from one. And while you are doing it, the result shows at the bottom. So if I type some nonsense here, it should pop up down here, although that's not the right format, but this is what it gives you. So you can actually create an entire application using CodePen. So without you having to install any text editor or so on, you can have it here. So one, the text editor to allow you to enter your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then you have the browser at the bottom allowing you to preview what you are doing. So the same thing we would do if you were to have them separately, either by using Notepad, Sublime, or any other text editor, then using your browser to preview. So basically, that's all you need for now. So the next thing is to let people who are having issues with their computers using the computer itself. So in the next video, we'll look at that aspect.